will make America great again. Thank you very much.
So, we enter a new era. But it's not quite 2016 Trump, as I said in a video yesterday. This is well exhibited by Trump dancing here with what I think is the Village People. They're a popular gay band from the 1980s. Not exactly typical of a neo-Nazi fascist that the BBC and The Guardian think Donald Trump is, but they're not exactly the sort of behaviour you'd expect from the supposed saviour of the West either. I mean, prancing around with a load of homosexuals on the eve of your inauguration is something you'd expect more from Kamala Harris. This is probably why the inauguration has drawn in the Make Great Britain Great Again types such as Suella Braverman and Lawrence Fox. That's the same Lawrence Fox who said he wouldn't mind if Britain was only 5% white British, that doesn't matter to him at all. Essentially, he's just a liberal who's anti-woke and anti-Islam and is basically just containment right. But back to Trump, it hasn't started in the best way. I mean, he was serenaded at his crypto ball by a load of gangster rappers. This really emphasises the very worst elements of Trumpism. I'm talking here to the rampant garish materialism and self-centred individualism that rots society from the inside out. I was hoping for a return to the traditional patriarchal mystic Christian basis, but one can dream. That dream was cut short, though, by Donald Trump and his wife's bizarre foray into crypto coins, which are obviously going to lose people money. I don't understand their thinking behind this at all. Maybe it's to try and show himself as anti-establishment, given cryptocurrency is famous for its decentralized nature. However, he's the President of the United States. It's not anti-establishment if he's involved. Yet it also doesn't make sense because Trump now has Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk on side, and he also seems to have been able to pull TikTok into line. Now, in one sense, it's amazing how Trump has come from being a total outcast to now at the very centre of American power, with a lot of the power structures on side too. However, it just seems a little fishy to me. I mean, even David Lammy, who in 2016 was saying this,
that a man full of such bile, such hatred, such evil, would get his hands on what at its best is the beacon of freedom in the world.
To this.
You describe Trump as a woman-hating, neo-Nazi, sympathising sociopath. Do you still think that?
Oh, well, that's old news. You know.
Yeah, we do know Dave. However, I think all of this signals a shift in the power structure in the Western world. We're returning to 90s libertarianism, and to be honest, I don't really buy the hype that this is significantly going to change anything. The two key markers here are, will the immigration figures change in America, and as well as the American empire, that includes the rest of the West, and will conversations of actual identity and the right not to be a minority in your homeland seriously come up? If neither of those change, then you know the globalists are still in control. Elon Musk has already shown that he's pro the H-1B visas and is happy to undercut the American worker, and he's also got the ear of Donald Trump, so that doesn't bode well. Plus, the way he and Trump will see it, it will play well for him politically because he can position himself as the welcoming, pro-business American who's anti the far right and their, quote, hatred of foreigners. This is quite dangerous because it could coalesce with the aim of leftist radicals like Sadiq Khan. He's stating in The Guardian that he wants to put pressure on social media companies, by that he means X, to tackle, quote, hate and misinformation. Of course, what he means by hate and misinformation is anything critical of diversity, multiculturalism, mass immigration, and of course grooming gangs. He was asked 9 times if there was an issue with grooming gangs in London a couple of days ago, and he pretended to not know what grooming gangs are. It's that tolerance and inclusion and love, which basically means obfuscating the truth and calling anybody who points it out evil and racist, that the London left have become so famous for. Now, amongst all the noise of inauguration, it's easy to forget that we have quite a big trial beginning today of Axel Rudakabana, the accused of the Southport stabbings. We can't say much about this. There's been plenty of warnings given by the court, so I would urge you to be careful what you say. We can dive into this fully if and when this is completed. The trial of Labour councillor who's accused of encouraging violence, I think we all remember this guy, Ricky Jones, has also been delayed. That's been pushed back till August. Quite a lot going on, isn't there? At the same time. Do let me know your thoughts about this down below. Do consider checking out the Substack as well, and consider subscribing to the channel if you're new.